Hey guys, it's me Breanna here and welcome back or welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite movies on Netflix. First of all, I would like to say, hopefully you guys can tell that the quality is a little bit better because I just got a new iPhone XR. So I'll be back on schedule of my weekly uploads. With that being said, I thought I would come back from a little break to share with you guys my favorite movies on Netflix. And I tried to make these movies ones that I know that a lot of people don't know of, because I wasn't going to come on here and say that you guys should watch Mean Girls and Grown Ups. Like, those two are some of the most known movies in the world. I will say that most of these are romantic movies, but they're really good watches. So these are just my personal favorites, so obviously you don't have to like the movie. But comment down below and let me know if you want me to do one of these for like Disney Plus, or if you guys want me to do another one of these, because I know that sometimes I'm just laying in my bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no new movies on Netflix, like I want to watch new movies. And these are ones that are just swept under the rug. Like, I look on Netflix and they're not even there. You literally have to search them up to be able to see them. But they are so good, and I just thought I'd share them with you guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. I have iced tea right now with a metal straw. Also, I would like to say that these are not in order, but number one is definitely probably the most underrated movie I've ever seen. It's called LOL. It's starring Miley Cyrus, which is first amazing because I literally love her. It was made when she still had her brown hair, and it was like right after she got out of her Hannah Montana phase. This movie is just basically about a teenage girl growing up, going through boy problems. She's just going through a lot of different emotions and experiencing new things. It's a really relatable movie, and it made me cry, but that doesn't really say much because I've cried to most of these movies on here. I'm so emotional, and I don't know why, but movies just get to me a lot. There's some really good songs in this movie. There is Somewhere Only We Know. That is probably my favorite song of all time, and that is how I discovered the song. I'll put a picture right here. It is literally on my wall. It has a lot of good life lessons, and I would definitely recommend watching it. I feel like movies can't really have ratings because it really depends how mature you are for a watch. Like, I would be able to watch almost all of these movies ever since I was like 10 because I'm just really mature, and I've always watched more grown-up kind of shows and movies. So it really depends, but I'd say the average age of watching this movie would be around 12 or 13. It's not too explicit, but it does have like some explicit things in it. Next movie is called Status Update. This movie stars Ross Lynch, and I forget her name, but she was in Girl vs. Monster. So two Disney actors right off the bat, which made me so happy. I remember just like scrolling through Netflix and like literally scrolling for so long. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna watch. And then I saw Ross Lynch on a cover and I was like, oh my god, I need to watch this because I absolutely love him. And this movie is super cool. It's probably like PG rated because I'm sure like a 10-year-old or 11-year-old could watch it. Again, it depends how mature you are, but it basically follows this guy. He gets a new phone and he gets this app, and basically it controls his life. For example, he makes himself have a really good singing voice, and he makes himself be able to play hockey. It's an app that literally grants all of his wishes, and so you basically just follow him as he goes through all of that. Some rough patches, some great patches. It's a really cute movie, and I feel like it's so underrated. Like, I never hear people talking about it, but it's awesome. So yeah, definitely would recommend. Next is Forever My Girl. This movie, I cannot believe it is not talked about that much. It is so cute and so relevant. It is basically about this guy. His name's Liam Page, and he's actually a country singer. I'm not sure if he's a real country singer or not, but he has a nice voice. The movie just basically follows him and how he's a big country star, but he grew up with this girl named Josie, and he basically just left the hometown and left her so that he could pursue his music. But then he comes back later on and finds out that he has a daughter, and you basically just follow their story, and it's so cute, and it has an awesome soundtrack, so I would definitely recommend watching that movie. Also, I'd say it's about like PG-13. It's definitely not explicit. It's just really cute and heartfelt and humble, and I love it. Next is actually the first, and I'm pretty sure only horror movie on my list, which is called Would You Rather. Again, another very underrated movie. It basically follows this group of people who all have relatives who are sick, and basically they all have to pay off their health bills, so they all go to this dinner, and they expect to play something to win a bunch of money. They basically go and find out that it's actually a Would You Rather game, but they have to do everything that they're asked. So say it says, would you rather jump off a cliff or freeze to death? Well, you get the point. They would choose which one they would want to do. So it's really interesting. It's really thrilling. I'd say this one's definitely like a 14A. You have to be very mature to watch this movie. Like, it's not scary. It's just really like eye-opening and like, whoa, like crazy. There's a lot of swearing and like gory and stuff like that. It's really fun to watch with your friends because you get to like guess what's gonna happen, and it's exciting. Next is The Duff. I think this is one of the more familiar movies on the list. The Duff is such a cute movie. It's like so relevant. It really like is relatable to kids these days, like teenagers. Basically, it follows this girl, and she's in this group of 3 girls, and she's called the Duff, which is dumb, ugly, fat friend out of the 3. So she turns to her next door neighbor, which is like one of the most popular guys in school, and she asks him to kind of take her out of the Duff position, so make her popular and make her prettier, even though she's gorgeous. So he does that, and it's a romantic movie, so you could see where that goes. It's probably like PG-13. I love it. It's so funny, but it's also romantic, so it's right up my alley. Next movie is called 6 Years, and this is so underrated. I feel like out of 10 people, 1 person would have watched it. Even that, maybe not. Basically, it follows this couple who have been together for 6 years. So they went their whole teenage lives together, and now they're like in their early 20s, and they're still together, and they're having just some troubles in their relationship. It's really interesting. It follows like real life situations, real life problems in relationships. It is a little bit different. Like there's no like music in the movie or anything like that. It's like really raw and like straight up. It's definitely like a 14A. Next is The Choice. This is another really romantic movie, and it's just cute. It basically follows a couple. The girl moves next door to the boy, and see what happens from there. Like, it's awesome. I'd say this one's PG-13. Yeah, I'd say PG-13. They're kind of like an older couple. Like, they're in like their like late 20s, early 30s. It's just like a humble, cute, heartfelt movie, and it definitely made me cry. Next is Always Be My Maybe. This is actually a Netflix original, and it is so good. Always Be My Maybe follows this best friend pair, a girl and a boy, and they've been best friends their whole entire lives. Basically, when they go off to college, they kind of separate, and then they meet again. They just kind of figure out what they are. They don't really know if they're friends or dating. It's a funny movie. It's really funny. This movie I'd say is probably 14A, and I would definitely recommend. Next is Every Day. I feel like this one's slowly getting more popular, but this is such an interesting and low-key confusing movie. It's basically like a soul that travels from body to body. Okay, so I didn't really get to explain this one very well because I can't really say much about the movie without giving it away. But basically, the girl falls in love with the soul, and you see what happens from there. So that's my best friend Julie.
I've been mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
Hi guys!
She was in Who Knows Me Better, Brother Best Friend video. Okay, that's all. Bye. It's a really cute movie. I'd say it's around like PG-13. It's not too bad, but it's awesome, and I would definitely recommend the watch. And lastly, it's a little bit of a different type of movie because most of these has been romantic or funny or both, or one has been horror. This one, it's kind of just random. Like, it doesn't really have a category, but it's called 8th Grade. I won't lie, it's a very cringy movie. It basically follows this girl named Kayla, and she's in the 8th grade, and she's trying to figure out all this stuff that's going on in her life. She's so confused. She doesn't really have many friends. She's kind of like alone, and she's going through it all, and it really is relevant to how life is as a teenager these days. Yes, it's definitely a little bit different and weird at times, but it's a really good movie, and I definitely recommend. And that was the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was kind of like a boring video. I was literally talking the whole entire time, but I thought this was a good video to come back to my YouTube channel with, and hopefully you guys got some new movie recommendations that you could watch. So yeah, I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!